Good morning, all participants. I'm Niputu Era Marsakawati. On this beautiful occasion, I'd like to share my research report entitled Students' Attitude Towards the Implementation of Text-Based Learning in English for Fashion course. To start with, let me begin by telling you the reason why I conducted the research. All right, so the implementation of text-based English learning have been studied by many researchers. So many studies have investigated how EFL lecturers implement text-based English learning in their EFL classroom. So many studies have also conducted to examine how the ESP lecturers perceive about the implementation of text-based English learning. However, it is unfortunate to find out that there are still few studies investigating how ESP students perceive about the implementation of text-based English learning. In fact, the study is important to provide a balanced investigation on the implementation of text-based English learning. And also the study is important to inform the ESP lecturers about what supports that the students need to help them to achieve their learning objective. So to fill in this empirical gap, then I conducted a study which aims to investigate what are the students' attitude on the implementation of text-based English learning, especially in the English for Fashion course. And to achieve the research objective, I used two main theories. The first is the theory of text-based English learning. And for the attitude, I used the theoretical framework of appraisal theory, which consists of three subdivisions. The first is affect, judgment, and appreciation. And then for the research method, I used written discourse analysis as the research design, in which I collected 15 students' written reflection, in which those were reflection from the students who were joining the lesson, and they were agreed to take part in this research. So the data then were analyzed by following some steps, starting from identifying the clauses and then categorizing the lexical items into the subdivisions of appraisal theory, rereading the data, and then making conclusion. And the results show that the ESP students hold positive attitude towards the implementation of text-based English learning. And among the three typologies of appraisal or attitude theory, then appreciation is considered as the most predominantly used by the ESP students. Let's see one by one. So in terms of the appreciation, so the study reveals that the students appreciated the way the lecturer arranged and organized the lesson. So these were proved by the clauses that they used in their written reflection. So they appreciated the video used by the lecturer at the building knowledge of the field, and then the scaffolding given by the lecturer at the modeling of the text, and also the activity arranged by the lecturer in the joint construction of the text, in which the lecturer gave them an opportunity to work with their friends and also gave the students feedback on their work. And then in terms of judgment, the study reveals that the students judge themselves and also the lecturer. So for themselves, they judge that they could understand the learning material well. And for the lecturer, the students appreciated that the lecturer was helpful, and they could help them to give guidance and as a resource person for their students. And these schools were considered important for the students to help them in creating the text that they produce, in this case, review text. And then in terms of the effect, so the study reveals that the students were happy while they were learning English, and this can be seen from the lexical items that they used, such as "I'm interested in learning the material," and then "I'm enthusiastic to learn English." So they didn't think that English is hard anymore, because they were from students who were not majoring in English. So before they were anxious to learn English, but then by having some guidance, some scaffoldings from the lecturer, so they could feel that, okay, it is not as difficult as what they thought before. So what can we learn from this study? So from this study, we can see that this study can confirm that text-based English learning can help the students, in this case, the ESP students, to create the text and to understand the registers that they need, and also to communicate in their specific area very well. So this study then suggests ESP lecturers apply text-based learning and follow the implementation to enable students to acquire and learn the specific text and discourse that the students need in the future. Well, that's all about my presentation. Thank you very much for your attention. See you.